What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Vic here again. I'm bringing you a little review of a statue that has been reviewed already a lot. And it's the brand new Sideshow Collectibles Spider-Man premium format figure. And it has the explosion on the bottom of the bridge type base. What I'm doing now is I'm doing the comparison to the three pieces that Sideshow has that are supposedly quarter scale, and we'll talk about them in a minute, so check this out. When I first seen this piece, I thought it was a great piece, and I wasn't really too into it because I already had these two, but like a lot of collectors do, we kind of get narrow-minded when it comes to other pieces when we have certain pieces, and I didn't want to be that guy. So what I did was when I went to my comic book store, he had this, and when I got to look at it firsthand, that changed my mind on this piece. So I got it, and I'm going to tell you something, guys. It doesn't disappoint. I mean, it's a really dynamic piece, great pose. Matter of fact, it's a dynamic pose, this is basically like taken from a bone, a 12-inch, but it was just magnified to a quarter scale, and it has slightly different, position, just slight, but, you can see it in it. It's a beautiful piece, and this is just the regular, I didn't think the exclusive with the eye, kind of closed and the spider web was necessary, but, whoever got the exclusive, congrats, man, what I'm saying, because that always brings a little extra value. But this, for me, was just perfect. And I just loved the way the paint app was. And a lot of people had a problem with the paint app where it was just a little sloppy in places and stuff like that. And little messed up fingers. And I seen a lot of crazy fingers that came from it, and needless to say, this was displayed in the comic book store, so they're not going to display something that's messed up. So I was able to take a good look at the whole piece, and it's not bad. It's not 100% because some of the things are a little off, but not bad. Like the lines don't really match up, and on certain pieces. But me, I don't go really nut, and I don't really do too much of a microscopic look at things. I just want to be able to look at it, go around the whole statue, check out the piece, be able to see what's what, and if it looks good to me, I'm good. Now, the base has the pumpkins in it. Looks like the smoke is billowing out and the bombs are blowing up in the base. It has a little hook with an attachment that just comes off. It's a great piece. I think it might be plastic or something like that, but it's not bad. Let me see, what else can I say? It's on the beams of like a bridge, and the pose is like him jumping over and basically shooting at the Green Goblin. There's a companion piece that's going to be coming out for this in the near future, hopefully. I think there's one already up. I don't know if that one's Iron Studios or not. If it is, that's the companion piece for the Iron Studios Spider-Man, and that one I think was $850 when it came out. So that one was kind of steep too. I wouldn't mind having it. It's a really great sculpt, and with the payment plan that Sideshow offers, it made it a little more easier to get. But like right now, I'm not trying to get too many pre-orders. I think I only have this two, and that's the way I want to keep it. Very low. And the two are I just got final payments on those, and I'm done. All right, the comparison. All right, there's been a lot of talk on Facebook about, which is better, and that's a word I don't like to use when it comes to statues. What's better? My word for that is, which one do you prefer? And it's always that, because everybody who has whatever piece thinks their piece is better than whatever. You know what I mean? And even if they don't, they're at least a little humbled, and they do love their piece. So in that instance, I don't like to fan a fire and have people argue over which is better, because they're all great pieces. Now, when you go to this one right here, this is the mixed media Spider-Man from Sideshow, where everybody knows this is the exclusive one that comes with the camera. And everybody knows that this one goes back and forth with the costume and everything being real material. and stuff. You know, people are not too much fans of the cloth on him, you know. It's not bad. I'm telling you right now, this is the way it is in the comic book. They're supposed to be having a costume on, so if you're into that type of the statue, then hey, this is the one you're gonna get. It also includes sculpting with the hands, the feet, the waist, and I believe the shoulders and head, all sculpted out, and basically just everything that's blue is mixed medium. Rooftop design, classic. And this comes in a few different versions, you know, and others are very harder to get. The retro is hard to get, and so is the negative zone one. Very hard pieces to get, and if you do find them, you're going to pay a good price for that. All right, so this is the premium format, quarter scale pieces. Now here's the weird one now. This is the Spider-Man comic head. This is supposed to be, in the words of Sideshow, basically a 1/5 scale when it comes to the way they phrase things, like comic cat, premium format, maquettes. You know, when you talk like that, you basically, when you say maquette, you're looking at a statue that can vary in size from, you know, 17, 18 inches all the way up to 30 inches. You know, like, what's his name? Galactus is a maquette, you know. So this one is a comic cat, and the weird thing about it is that it's a very oversized piece. It's bigger than these 2/4 scale pieces. I don't know if you can see the comparison in the size, but it's just slightly bigger, which leads me to believe that this may be more like a 1/4 to 1/3 scale, something like that, you know. And if you look at the window, you know what I'm saying? If you look at the window, it's a big ass window for a person to try to come out. It must be about this much more bigger, you know. So you put these guys to it, they're a little smaller than the windows, and you can see that there would be a little difference. Beautiful sculpt, and this is one of the classics. If you're gonna ask me on the comments, you know, which one do I prefer out of the three? I'm not going to cornball it up and say I like all three. I like all three. I think they're all three great pieces, but this is my favorite. This one, for me, epitomizes the Spider-Man hero that I grew up in, you know, on the wall, you know, and he's shooting his spider web at somebody. I mean, beautiful rendition. A lot of people complain that it doesn't have a nose or whatever it is, man, but hey, if you look at the 60s Spider-Man, he didn't have a nose either. I mean, we can always look back and forth at different things to fit what we feel it would justify why we want it. Nose, no nose, who knows? You know what I'm saying? This is the piece that I like the best. I just like the overall sculpt, and the base adds a little more artistic value to it, in my opinion. This base alone is beautiful, you know, and with the Spider-Man on it, just adds to it. So basically, this statue comes with a beautiful frame, and you know, you have these guys that have great bases on themselves, but this is the iconic one for me, you know. For anybody else, you know, that's great. If you like it, it's fine, you know. Any Spider-Man, whatever Spider-Man you like, 1/6 scale, Bowen, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. You know, Bowen, Kotobukiya has one that's like amazing. So, you know, it's whatever you like. And Spider-Man comes in all sizes and all artistic ways, man. Beautiful renditions of Spider-Man. So if you're into the art of it and you don't really care about size, then there's statues out there for everybody, of every character, of every size, man. And some of the greats have worked on them. So you check that out. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for checking out my channel. I really appreciate it, you know. Man, shout out to all my peeps that support, that always comment on my channel, always, you know, makes me feel good about what I do. I really dig it, man, you know what I'm saying? And I really try to do it for everybody, so everybody gets a grasp of more or less what it is. It is what it is, guys. So don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to like, you know what I'm saying? Mad peace, love to everybody, yo. Deuces.